Hello everyone, so I'm back with another video, and today I just wanted to talk about a topic within the doll community that means quite a lot to me, and that is the concept of rerooting. So I discovered rerooting about 9 years ago. I was on YouTube and looking for Barbie stuff. Like, literally how I discovered a lot of Barbie stuff was I would just go and type in Barbie. Just flat out Barbie. And anything that was Barbie related I was interested in. And what mainly caught my eye was Rerooting, and it was a video by My Little Customs. And from then it just took off. So I was so mesmerized. I was so just taken by the fact that you could do this, that there was a way to put hair back into dolls. So, I mean, it's just, these are all dolls that I have either rerooted or partially rerooted. Well, the only one I've partially rerooted is that one, but, you know. All these ones that you see here have been fully rerooted. And you can just take dolls that have been trashed, or even if you just want to change their hair color, it's really, really cool that you can do that, and you can make their hair as long as you want to, you can make it short as you want to, you can pretty much style it any way you want to. It's just really amazing. And, you know, there's like, you run into problems. Like with me, I'm on a budget, so usually the hair that I get is not the best quality. I started out using Dollar Tree hair, and those are actually the headband thingies that you see there that have hair on them, and they come in a variety of colors. That hair was good for me when I first started out, but it was kind of stiff and hard, and when you boil wash it, it kind of tends to want to stick straight down. It doesn't want to really, it doesn't have much movement to it. So I've graduated from that to using, like, harvesting hair from other dolls. I mean, this one is kind of sad. This hair that I used was from a Fashion Fever styling head that used to grow hair. I didn't really like her that much, so I, like, pulled the ponytail out, and that is what I used for her hair for this one. But, you know, I saved this Barbie. She had hair that was kind of that dirty blonde, only it was discolored. She had saran hair and it discolored, and it just didn't flatter her skin tone. So then I rooted that platinum hair into her. I gave her a middle part. She used to have a side part. She looked very, like, plain. She looked kind of mom-ish, like your typical, like, soccer mom, if you will. And now she's just, wow. So there's her, and it just really complements her skin tone and her face. If I can focus on her face for you guys, there we go. She's just got an amazing face, and she needed some amazing hair to frame her face. So you can do that. And then there's a lot of dolls that I've gotten where they've had haircuts, missing plugs. So these two are perfect for examples. This is a Hawaiian. I had her in one of my videos, like, reviewed her. This is a Cali Girl Hawaiian hair doll, and I had been wanting her for some time. And then when I finally found her, I actually left her behind at the thrift store. And it was this one. I left her behind several times, actually, and nobody bought her. Like, she was in that thrift store for about a month before I actually caved and got her. But her hair was cut really short, like right to there. And I was just going to simply boil wash her hair out, you know, restore it to the shiny silkiness, until I sifted through her scalp and noticed there was, like, tons of empty hair plugs. There was tons of hair missing. So you can literally take a doll that was like that and do this, and you can do anything you want. You could, you know, you don't have to give the doll her original hair color. I feel like platinum hair flatters dolls with tanner skin tones better. And I also just really love fantasy colored hair. So you have this white, and then to match her eyes and her makeup, I did pink, purple, and blue. And it just really, and she originally had waves in her hair, so I put some waves in her hair. So yeah, and I usually try to root their hair as thick as possible because I love how it looks, and how whenever I hold the hair in my hand, I love how the thickness feels. And then this one was another one. Her hair had actually, this is a fashion party skipper, I think from 2001, 2000. And her hair had been cut. I did not know. And then she was also balding. She had a ton of hair plugs missing. So, and none of these dolls I really did this to customize them necessarily. I wanted to just have the best quality out of them. So like with this one, this was the only like blonde hair that I had to work with, and I figured it would look nice against her skin tone. And I wanted her to have her original hair length, her original hair thickness. So I figured, why not? This just kind of happened. It wasn't intentional to give her this hair color. I mean, whenever I looked at her and I looked at the hair color I had, I was like, okay, that'll work. So that's what she got. So now she has her, I think her hair is actually longer than it originally was, but I wanted her to have really long hair because I'm obsessed with long hair dolls. But this is kind of how long her hair was. I think her hair was like down to here, to like the lower thigh. But you know, she has long hair and she has a full head of hair now. And then there's ones like this one where she had a really boring shade of blonde hair. I just didn't like it. And it wasn't that I wanted to customize her. I wasn't like, oh, I want to just customize a doll. No, I wanted her to have longer hair. I wanted her to be better quality, and I wanted her to be more visually pleasing to my taste. So I wanted her to have pink hair because I felt it flattered her more. And I basically wanted to like create another, like my own Hairtastic doll. And if you didn't know what Hairtastic dolls were, they came out in like 2010, and they were dolls that were, it was kind of a basic Barbie, but they had long colored hair. Well, some of them had like natural hair colors with colored stripes. So I kind of wanted to make my own Hairtastic doll. So, but I mainly just wanted her to have a full head of hair that wasn't glue. Like her head was filled with glue. I wanted rid of the glue. And I basically did this to restore her and wound up customizing her in the process of restoring her. So I could have just easily gone out and found some blonde hair that matched the one, or the hair that she had, but I really didn't like that color, so I was like, pink flatters her more. And I also gave her middle part because I thought that flattered her more. So I don't really like customize dolls. I mean, to like customize them. I'm not like, okay, today I'm gonna customize this one, and I don't really have anything thought out. I just kind of work with what I have, and then I wind up with dolls customized so that they look a lot better. So there's that one, and the main reason I rerooted her was because she had tons of glue in her head. Her hair was greasy. The blonde hair, I was just gonna try to get all the grease out of her hair, but her hair wasn't exactly as long as I wanted it to be. It was kind of like waist length, really boring, and I just felt like with this face she could have totally awesome hair. And then we have this one. This one was a recent eBay doll that I got. She was she was one of the Rainbow Lights mermaids I got, and some little girl had cut the sides of her hair. And it wasn't just that, they cut it on the part line, they cut a chunk in the back of her head, and it was just really awful. Her hair was also rooted really thin, so I just figured why not, she could use it. And the pink, I also rooted some of that platinum hair in the middle. So I felt this is what Rainbow Lights mermaid should have looked like. This is the hair she should have had. So her hair should have been not only this color, but it should have been this length, because you can see it really pops against everything. It really makes her look more interesting to look at, versus just having dirty blonde hair with really dark pink streaks, which is, you know, we saw that with the Bubble-tastic Mermaid. We've already seen that. We're done with that. Let's do something new. So here we go. There's her, and thought I'd show you guys Rainbow Lights Mermaid in action. Neither one of my Rainbow Lights Mermaids had fins, so I kind of, this one was a dollar store mermaid Barbie skirt, so it went around. But I figured it looked like a fin, so I attached it at the bottom, and there we go. She's got a fin now. She's got new hair, new fin, new life, basically. This is just awesome. That one's my favorite. So there's her, and then these two are actually childhood dolls. This one I just finished like this past week. So, and like I was saying, the hair that I buy, since I'm on a budget, isn't always the best quality. So like, if you can hear this hair, it's a little bit stiff, not as stiff as the Dollar Tree hair, but it's not exactly as loose as like actual Barbie hair. But I mean, it gets the job done. But yeah, this is a childhood doll. She was featured in a lot of my older videos. She was my very first Christy, Mermaid Fantasy Christy doll. And because of rerooting, I was able to take out all that old hair. I still saved her hair. But she had so many bald patches. Her hair was dry and crispy from me blow drying it. Because there was a time where I tried to put her original waves back in. So I like braided parts of her hair, and then I didn't know about boil washing back then, so actually the only heat that I knew about was the blow dryer, and so I braided the hair. I took the blow dryer after her braids. Like, I separated the braids from her hair, and then I blow dried them. And the crimping, the wavies, or making the hair wavy, that worked. But in the end, it wound up burning her hair, and even after I boil washed it, it still had kinks in it and stuff from the heat damage. So she had like split ends, breakage, missing plugs, like tons of missing plugs. Her hair had been cut, like I kept cutting it because the split ends. It was just really bad hair altogether, so I came to the decision, why not give her some brand new hair? And that's what we got. And it's like 10 times longer than it used to be. Now it goes all the way down. I'm thinking about putting the original waves back in it. So I mean, and not only that, now she has thicker hair than she has ever had. So like you can see, look how thick her hair is. It is super thick. So I figured she could use it. It'd be great. And even though she doesn't have original hair color, I still was able to give her purple hair. Even though it's a lot darker than it originally was. So that's her. And then this one is the one I did today. So this one is my Fruit Style Barbie from 2002. And I got her back in 2005, I believe. So I was still a kid when I got her, and I remember I went over to a friend's house. That explains the shimmery metallic bathing suit. So I remember distinctly this doll was one that I found at the Goodwill, and then I brought her over to my friend's house with a lot of other Barbies. We wanted all our Barbies to be able to go swimming. It was during the summer, so we didn't have any bathing suits for our Barbies, so we got nail polish out and painted some bathing suits on them. And a lot of them were naked too, and we didn't feel like looking at naked dolls, not because we were necessarily offended by doll nudity, but just so the dolls looked less boring. So, and we didn't know how to make bathing suits, so we painted them on, and that's what we got, and they could go in the water without the bathing suits getting destroyed. But anyway, I figured it was time to restore her, since she's had a rough life too. I mean, literally, if you can see down here, she had a neck split where I glued that together. She's been through a lot. She's actually got some chips on her eyebrow. She's a mess. She was a mess, but now she's all clean. And I decided, you know, well, first I was going to boil wash her because I had boil washed her years ago when I first found out about boil washing. And I did a horrible job. There was like, her hair was like creased in some areas because the water was too hot when I boil washed this. And this is Kanekalon. And if you boil wash Kanekalon while it, or if you use too hot water, like if the water's too hot when you boil wash Kanekalon hair, it can actually cause the hair to like crease and wrinkle up, and you'll think you've ruined the hair. But all you really do is just boil wash it again and comb it out straight, and that's what I did. Her hair had tons of creases from the first boil wash. What I used to do is I was afraid of burning myself, so what I used to do is get like an elastic band, and I used to like put it around this area in the back, and I would like put the hair, what I would do is I would put the hair, you know, like how the newer Barbies are. A lot of the newer Barbies will have their hair elastic down. Here, let me show you. Yeah, so here we go. So I originally, when I went to boil wash her hair, like the newer Barbies are, when they put the hair back, they do this whole thing. And what I did was, because I was afraid of burning myself, I like dunked her whole hair in boiling water, and it left like really unattractive creases on her hair. Her hair was like in her face all the time. So yeah. But I recently boiled, but whenever I was washing her, I realized that she was missing a ton of hair plugs. So I didn't have any of this blonde hair, obviously, to root her with. So I figured, why not just use some of the red hair that I have and do that. So that's what we got. I wound up completely customizing her without it being intentional, and she turned out really great. So anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed that little video of my rambling on about rerooting and what it means to me. And more videos to come, and remember to stay true to you.